Goods Online, RVing Illustrated, and the Thor Motorhome Owners Group. Just wanted to make a quick video. Depends on which channel you are seeing this on. Uh, it all applies to the same thing. This is basically, I'm making this because of some questions and discussion that we get on the Thor Motorhome Owners Group on Facebook. A lot of people are new to RVing. They have a lot of questions, and I see a lot of times that they end up getting kind of screwed over. I will say this, that there are a lot of RV dealerships out there that have poor service centers, and just not talking about the quality of work, which that's out there as well, but for the quality of service that they give. And one of the issues that I see is that a lot of people are basically their RVs are getting held hostage, and see too many times where people are saying that their RV has been in there for months at a time, or they've had it for only a month, and they've owned it for a year, but they've only had it for a month out of that whole year. Just that's really unacceptable. Just know that all RV brands have issues. I'm not going to go into the whole thing about Thor, and Thor is the largest RV manufacturer. So I will just say this: I'm a stats type of guy, proof. I want proof and everything like that. But if you just look at it by sheer numbers, they produce many more RVs than anybody else, out there in America. And so there's likely there's going to be more issues, and you're going to hear about more issues because there's going to be more people talking about it. And with Thor, they're sold by places like Camping World, which is now Gander RV, and some of the other big type of dealerships. So they are a lower cost alternative to getting into an RV. Not saying that they're worse, that they're just a little bit lower cost. And the reason that you see a lot of issues is because you have places like Camping World or Gander RV, which are basically the Walmart of the RV world. So what they do is, they purchase a lot, they get good deals on them, they get them in, and they cater to people who are new to the RV world. And RVing has become, very popular, especially this year. There's going to be a lot of new RVers out there. With the virus, people are not wanting to do air travel. They're not wanting to go to other places like that. They're not wanting to take cruises. And I don't blame them. America is a great big country. There's a lot of beautiful things to see here. So why not just go ahead and see those things? Sorry about my glasses here. I don't normally wear glasses. These are readers, and it just makes the screen more clear for me. But anyway, but yeah, it's a great big country, and there's going to be a lot of people purchasing RVs, and you may be one of those people that are considering buying an RV. And I'm not going to lie to it. RVs are money pit. You're not purchasing a cheaper way of travel by all means, because they're not cheap. It's a lifestyle, and once you get into it for a little bit, you will see what I mean. It's not for everybody to say that, but for the majority of people that do it, they really, really like it, especially when they have a pleasant experience. With that said, when you go to purchase an RV, no matter who the dealership is, there's several considerations that you want to think about. Is how close is this dealership to where you live? Because more than likely, you're probably going to have to take it in sometime during the warranty period to have something fixed on it. These things are, the words that they use is like a tornado going down the road, and it really is. I mean, you're taking something that's really not made to live in, and putting this box on a chassis that's not really made for this. Look at a Class C. Class C is a van front end, and it's cut right there. And they put this box, they build this box up on top of it, And you look at Class A's. It's just a chassis with a steering wheel. If you ever look at the videos, you'll see that around the factories, they'll drive them around that they just got the steering wheels on them and a seat, and there's nothing else there in the motor. So, like I said, they're putting these boxes, and it's all made by humans. It's not on the assembly line with all these robots doing all this kind of stuff like you see in automobile factories, where those are very precise and they do the exact same thing all the time. And then you got so many people on that assembly line that puts their hands on the one car. RV manufacturers are not like that. They do have a lot of people in there working, but you don't. It's not the same way as when you're buying a car. But just know that there's going to be things wrong with it. If you can fix simple things, the better you'll be off. But make sure that you have a dealership with a good service center that you can take it to. And you may want to interview the service manager there, and say, hey, if I buy an RV here, what can I expect? If I have an issue during warranty, if I bring it back, how long is it going to take for you to get to my RV to work on it? What's the process? What's the, for instance, the manufacturers have to authorize the work for it. And just like Thor, that's the personal experience I've had. I have relatives that have had several other brands, and they've had issues with all of them too. And they will tell you it really doesn't matter which brand, they all are susceptible to having issues. So, but anyway, yeah, find out, how long is the authorization process, and from the manufacturer to get it repaired. Then once you get it authorized, how long is it going to take the parts to get here? So the reason I'm saying this is because a lot of people will say that that they will lie. The service center will lie. They will tell them, I use Thor, because this is where the discussion I've had in my group. They'll say, Thor hasn't authorized it, and it's gone months. Bullcrap. Thor is pretty good. I've had work done in warranty and out of warranty, extended warranty, and within a few days they've had it done. But I had a very good service tech that I worked with. Unfortunately, she's no longer there, and maybe that's a reason, but she and I had a good relationship with, first time or two I'd call her. And then after that, I email her, hey, I need whatever done. Bring it in get an email back, bring it in a certain day, we'll take care of it. And they did. But, don't fall for that. Know that that's not normal. And you will get a good idea talking to the service manager before you buy an RV there. And if you don't have a good feeling, tell you don't want to buy an RV there, you don't want to take it there for service, let the salesman know. I'm not sure if it'll help, on your part, but maybe if they get enough complaints, maybe they will look into that. They will see that. People who purchase RVs need to take control of the situation, or it's never going to get any better at all. Anyway, you want to find you a service center. So you may have to find a service center that doesn't sell RVs, and there are those out there. Just last year, I took mine to it's about 3 hours away, a service center that they work on RVs, Ricky's RV Repair in Sevierville, Tennessee, which is about 3 hours from where we're at. Took it to them, to have my base plate and all that to pull our Jeep, and just all the equipment, have all that installed, lights and everything. And also they resealed my roof and did that for me. But they don't sell RVs, so that's all they do is work on RVs. So if you can find a place like that, that would be even better. You know that you're going to get some quality work done. But anyway, once you get past past all that, and you figure out that you want to buy an RV there, just hold them to it. Don't let them fool you one bit. They will try. And there's another thing too. If you have work that needs to be done on your RV, and it's something simple. Let's just say you needed some trim work inside done. Well, there's nothing keeping you, that trim work, keeping you from using the RV. Or if let's just say your shower doesn't work for some reason. Well, if you mainly go to campgrounds with bathhouses or resorts, whatever like that, and I know it's kind of defeats the purpose of having a shower in your RV if you're not going to use it, but you have that ability, if you really want to go camping, that you can use the shower in the bathhouse. So different things like that. You have to look at what the issue is, and if it's something that you can still use the RV, take it to them, let them diagnose it, take it back home. If you leave it there, more likely they're going to hold it hostage. They're going to lie to you. They're going to tell you that waiting on Thor to approve it, or they're waiting on parts, or whatever. And here's the main thing: service centers don't make as much money doing warranty work as they do is if you were a customer just coming in there to pay $125, $130, $40, whatever it is now, an hour. So they're not making that. In my opinion, is when they receive these RVs from dealerships, they should be going through them then and finding the issues and fixing those issues. But they're not. What they do is they wait for the customer to get it. They wait for the customer to point it out. They hoping that the customer doesn't point it out, and they will, take their chance. So rather than paying somebody to go out there and check it and go ahead and get fixed, where they don't have to do this later, or where the customer doesn't have to bring the RV and they hold it hostage for months or weeks or whatever, if you let them do it. And I'm going to say, if you let them, you take control. You don't have to let them do that. So, but anyway, they don't do that. They like I said, they're going to take their chance. What's their chance that you're going to find something, or you're not? So anyway, make sure when you purchase an RV too, that you go through it. That you go through it like you're doing a home inspection. And matter of fact, there are inspectors out there that you can hire. I mean, if you're spending $100,000 or more, or might be even worth it if you're spending less to you, hire an RV inspector. There's an association out there of RV inspectors that you can use. You can hire. It will cost you several $100s, but you can get them to go through the RV and make sure things work. And I would definitely do this if you're buying an older used RV and spending some good bit of money, especially if you're not 100% sure on everything. And they will know what to look for. They will look for those things. The RV inspectors, they're working for you. Whereas if you go and you're doing your PDI, your pre-delivery inspection, those people there at the dealership are not working for you. The good ones will point out stuff, but sometimes they won't point out things, and that's another thing too. Is if whoever is there doing your inspection, or even the salesman, if they don't know anything about that RV, if you don't feel comfortable, walk away. So you want to be comfortable. You're spending a lot of money for an RV. So you want to make sure that what you're being told is truth and by people who know. And like I said, if you're seeing this, if you're part of the Thor Motorhome Owners Group that I run, um, you'll see this, that I post this a lot. Other people will post it as well. And um, you need to know what's working in that RV, and make sure that on a pre-delivery inspection that you run every system that there is, and that you understand how to operate every system, that you know what every button on that RV does. We get a lot of questions. People will come back, hey, what's this button do? And it may be because it was a used RV where whoever they bought it from, they didn't ask, or maybe the person didn't know. But those that do buy a new RV from a dealership, that they didn't ask that question there when they had that time. And those pre-delivery inspections, it shouldn't be done in an hour. You should spend at least a minimum a half a day going through that RV. Go in it, sit in it, look everything over, make notes, and before you accept that RV, that everything is done, or at least everything to your satisfaction, and that with your understanding of maybe some other things that can't be fixed right then, that they can be fixed later. So if you have any questions, by all means, throw them in the comments down below. Be sure to come to, if you're looking at Thors, or if you own a Thor, come join our Thor Motorhome Owners Group on Facebook. And I'll have a link down below for that. But yeah, if you have any questions about buying an RV, if you think that you're might be lied to, or you don't want to be lied to, you don't want to be taken advantage of, definitely ask those questions first before you do. So have a good one. Like I said, this is Brian from the Woods Online, RVing Illustrated, and the Thor Motorhome Owners Group on Facebook. And we also have a YouTube channel featuring Thor Motorhomes on that. The RVing Illustrated, we have a YouTube channel. I don't know if I said that correctly or not. Anyway, we have a YouTube channel for the Thor Motorhome Owners Group featuring Thor Motorhomes. And I also have RVing Illustrated, which features any brand of RV out there, tiny home on wheels, you name it. If you can tow it, you can drive it, we're going to feature it. And anyway, we'll talk to you later, and hope you have a good one.